So let's go ahead and welcome our two guests. Please give them a big round of applause for making it all the way over here. It was a pretty big trip for both of them. Composer John Frizzell and Neil Marshall Stevens, please.
Thanks for showing up here and giving us some of your time. We know you guys are out busy. You guys do have several projects right now going on, which we will talk about, and I'm excited to hear about them.
I'm sure everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else here should be super excited, I know. But 13 Ghosts, 2001.
It's been a while, yes.
It's
been a while.
No, it's been a while, but I know that when it first came out, it didn't get the greatest reviews, but come on, it is a classic.
And it was one of Mora's most successful movies of the year, so screw the reviews, right?
Yeah. We recorded in Seattle. I'm trying to think the name of the exact name of the chapel. It's actually a pretty big church. It's a lot bigger than a chapel. Big, beautiful church up there that I'm not sure if I haven't recorded there in a while, but I did a lot of scores up there. It's a church or chapel, whatever you want to call it, and lots of reverb. So it just kind of lingers. It makes the score really sweet and lush. But it has these stained glass windows, and as the temperature changes in the day, they make these little cracking sounds. And so it's all you lose quite a few takes to that. Because in the quiet cues, I go, "What's that cracking?" And we hear the windows kind of doing this thing. But yeah, that is true.
Oh, there were a whole bunch of different ghosts in that pitch. I think there was an elemental locked in the basement, and there was a lighthouse ghost, and there was, I think, a garage mechanic ghost whose eyes, had those, welding glasses, and there was light burning behind the welding glass. I mean, because again, it was all quite different. It wasn't until I had this as a premise, the premise that Joel laid out. It was from that I developed this whole it's like, well, they were all locked up in this glass house. It was like a glass house. And from that I came up with, I cooked up this whole idea. And again, from that to the idea is like, well, what's going on at the Museum of Natural History? And so originally there was some artifact there, and that's where I came up with the idea of the Arcanum. And originally that was some gadget that was at the museum. And then later I moved it to the house, and then it was down in the basement. And from that you had that big spinny wheel. And that's from there to the idea of the black zodiac, and then so the ghosts became symbols of the zodiac, right. And so and if I don't mind, Pat, I kind of like that. That idea of the black zodiac is kind of a cool idea. No, by the time the DVD came out, I was long gone from the project, so I don't know who came up with those backstories, but I just came up with whatever kind of notion attached to the various ghosts simply by who they were and what their physical appearance was. I know the breaker dressed like a garage mechanic and was riddled with bullets, would certainly suggest something about his past. And the others, again, by how they were described, again, was suggestive of their past, but I never filled in any of those details.
Well, first of all, thanks very much. Ghost Ship, I think, was right after this. I'm trying to think of if there was any big conceptual change. I mean, I think that you have this sort of adventure at sea in Ghost Ship, and so there was maybe a bit of a swashbuckling, more, I don't know, something that reminded me more of just being on the ocean of this giant ship. It's hard to put. It's very difficult. They always say talking about music is like dancing about architecture. So it's very tricky once you go into the world of words when you're talking about instrumental music. Different feel though. I think maybe more vast a Ghost Ship because it's a lot of bigger, wider external, outside shots. So, but thank you. I really appreciate that comment.
I'd like to thank these gentlemen for their time and effort to coming down here to talking to everybody.
John, Frizzell, Neil Marshall Stevens, Carlos Lerner, and John Yates, everybody.
So let's make like the lawyer and split.